What up, Meditation Club? It's Oliver. We're back at it, but we're moving fast today because I talked to Miss Brody at school. We were talking about Meditation Club. She was like, I like your videos, but you ramble too much. And I'm like, yeah, I do. So we're getting straight to the point today. So today's topic is pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. What is this about? I'll get to it. Suffering in life is absolutely guaranteed. Duh. If you don't know that, I don't know where you've been, maybe Venus. There's unearned suffering as a result of decisions and the guilt that comes with it. Make a bad decision, I'm going to be guilty, I'm going to get consequences. There's unearned random suffering. Like your wife's driving on the freeway, she gets killed by a drunk driver. What? But yeah, now you're suffering. There's unearned suffering of evil, like a murderer, a school shooter comes and kills your kid. That's an act of evil. That's another act of suffering. And there's suffering everywhere on this earth. There's no escaping it. The only thing we can do about it is manage it. And if we manage it wrong, we look at life and we decide that we hate life, we hate God, God has damned us, and we hate the universe if you don't believe in God. And, you just feel like an absolute victim. You feel like life is horrible. You feel like the suffering is too much to bear. And this leads to a hatred of not only your own life and your own existence, but a hatred of all of life and all of existence. And this is why people shoot up the school and then they kill themselves. Because not only do they want to take themselves out of existence, they want to cause as much damage as possible to existence. And that's why often people that are serial killers, serial rapists, when they were children, they were abused as a child, they were neglected as a child, and they experienced all kinds of suffering to the point at which they looked at life and they decided, what is this? I don't want to be a part of this. Not only do I not want to be a part of this, I want to do as much damage as I can before, I get put in jail or I die. And so this concept of petting a cat when you encounter one on the street is by the psychotherapist named Jordan B. Peterson. And again, guys, when I'm spitting all this information, I'm gargling this out of a book. I'm vomiting this out of a book. So if you're looking at me and you're like, Oliver thinks he's so smart, we should all listen to Oliver and get advice from Oliver. No, I don't know anything. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. Like, you're probably way smarter than me. So go read some books or something. That way you can get straight to the information. But no one reads books, so that's why I make these videos. Also, because I want to have something to talk about with the club, like some deep conversation. Ramble. I'm going to stop it right there. All right. First step to dealing with the suffering is realizing the necessity of suffering. Without good, there is no bad. Without bad, there is no good. Duh. Everyone's heard that before when their mom was like, why are you crying? All right. You must stay functional and you must not crumble under the weight of the world and the weight of suffering. Sounds simple, right? Just don't do it. Just don't crumble. Just stay functional. It's not that simple. So how can we do this? And what does any of this have to do with the cat on the street? Well, it's all about noticing little bits of goodness in life that make existence tolerable despite the suffering. So when life is crumbling all around you, you go and you enjoy the cat that is on your street and is looking to be pet. And you go pet the cat. And then for, 10 seconds, life is pretty manageable. And you're able to enjoy your morning cup of coffee if you drink coffee. I'm a big coffee guy. And you just notice it. And you're like, this coffee's great. And you just notice the taste. You notice how it makes you feel. You can notice how soft your towel is when you get out the shower. These are just some things that I notice that just be hitting. Like, they really be hitting. The laugh or the smile of a loved one. Like, maybe even your homie. Like, no homo or anything. But, like, you can be looking at your friend and be like, what a great guy, man. How the puddle ripples when the rain hits it. Have you ever looked at that? It's incredible. Or like the fountain, and how like the fountain ripples out as the water hits the water in the bottom of the fountain. Beautiful. Sunset, sunrise. Or this is how I do it, and I kind of, am able to manage the stress and the pressure, even though there's not that much, because, I'm living in a house I don't have to pay for and all these other things. But, just little things up and down. But apparently there's a lot of things because everyone else is living in a house with parents and stuff. But, the teen suicide rate is like through the roof because like social media and all these other things. But enough on that ramble. So what I do is I just be present, bro. I just be present. I come and I notice how I am feeling. But I'm not like, damn, I feel horrible right now. I'm like, how is Oliver feeling? Like I float above myself. And I notice I observe myself and I observe how I'm feeling, and I don't identify with it. I'm not like, this is me, I'm feeling like this. I'm like, look at these emotions and these thoughts that are coming across in my mind right now. And then I come back to my senses. I'm like, where am I? I'm probably in the car or something. I'm like on the bus. I'm on the bus. And I like notice how I feel. Like how how my jacket feels on my skin. And I just come into my senses. And I get out of my head. And I just come back to the moment, and I'm chilling. So just take advantage of the little things in life. Don't crumble under the stress and pressure and suffering of life. How do we practice being more present and being the observer? Like I said, meditation. But no one wants to meditate. No one wants to read books. No one even wants to watch my 6-minute videos. So we're all screwed. But everyone go meditate. 8 weeks of 10-minute meditation changes your brain physically. Thank you.